Standing up in McKinney. This is, according to...
Calluses.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. My daughter has decided that she's done interrupting me in private conversations. She wants to do it in a public way now, too. So we're going to give it a swing, see what happens, and hopefully it'll find it entertaining. All right, go ahead and introduce yourself, Miss Abigail.
My name is Abigail Callus. I'm the product of this here Stephen Callus.
Product, wow. Okay.
And his beautiful wife, Amy.
Yes, my much better half. That's a given. Okay, so you just graduated from college. Where did you go?
Abilene Christian University. Scratch 'em cats.
So Abby was in Abbytown?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so did you like it there?
Yeah, it was all right.
Are you sure?
I liked
That sounds rather
coffee shops.
non-committal. So not so much the school, but the coffee shops. Okay.
Well, there's not much to do. You can do everything to do in the whole town in about 2 weeks. But ACU was fun. I learned a lot.
Okay. Well, then
Made
we're going to
good
go on.
friends.
We're going to go on to the question. Oh, well, yes. Please finish. Go on.
I was just going to say I made good friends. I went to a good church. It was a good community, and I was sad to leave it.
So it would be fair to say you did find a man out there too, right?
I did.
All right. So what are you going to do now? You going to get a job?
I'm trying.
Yeah? Okay. Well, that's good. That'd be nice to have you off the payroll. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, she was actually silent for a moment. Okay, no, seriously. Okay, so now we've done our little intro with Abby here. Before we get into the program itself, it's going to be Daughter Joins In is the name of the episode. Again, like, share, subscribe. Follow us on the social media, your choice. I am on Facebook. I've got a page and a group there. I am a pro at Gab. I drop in at MeWe. And for now, you can still catch my program over at YouTube. And as I say, the algorithms are not our friends, so every subscription, every post, every share, everything matters. Follow the program. All right, here we go. On with the program. Daughter joins in today. We've done a little intro, a little cold opening there. So we're going to kick it off with 3 questions. So just so everybody knows, I gave my daughter the 3 questions I was going to ask her about 5 minutes before we decided to start. So she's had some time to think about it. However, she's going to give me 3 questions, and I have no idea what's coming. So this will be either very entertaining or very embarrassing or some combination thereof. So bear with us. All right. So now, do you want to do the questions every other, or do you want me to do my 3 and you do your 3?
Let's do every other.
Every other. Okay. So would you like me to start, or do you want to start?
You can start.
All right. So what's the most important thing that you learned at Abigail Christian University?
Abigail?
Yeah, well, it's Abby in Abbytown, so it might as well be Abigail Christian University, right?
I mean, I wish it was.
No, it's
okay.
Abilene Christian University. Boy, everybody's got to be a critic. Okay, go on.
Honestly, probably the biggest thing I learned, which I know this sounds so cheesy, so repeated, but it's really to be yourself. There's no reason to waste time trying to impress people or fit an image that they want you to be if that's not who you are, because you're going to be uncomfortable and you're not authentic, and that takes you nowhere. So
Okay, so to be clear, we sent you 3 hours away for 4 years, and we spent a great deal of money, and the best you can come home with is be yourself? Come on, they must have taught you something at that college. Oh, I'm sorry, university.
Bruh, you're being rude.
Bruh?
Yes.
That's the best you got?
Okay,
Put
you
that
want me
degree-
to lecture you about all of the different communication theories I learned? Because I can. I can go on and on.
You only
I can
one.
tell you what conflict management strategy you use. I can tell you what type of leadership theories you line up with.
No, well,
Yeah,
we'll not
I
do that on
can.
this program, but perhaps that'd be an interesting conversation that's not broadcast to the world.
I feel like what I was trying to get at is college, of course, you're going to learn. You know, I learned things I never knew because you don't really learn much about communication in high school. But I feel like what you really learn in college is you learn about yourself because you're off on your own for the first time ever. For me, you're in a new city with new people. I was lucky enough to go there with some friends from high school, but overall, I was with all new people. And so I think, just like I said, probably the biggest thing I learned was just to be yourself. There's no point of wasting time trying to be someone you're not.
Okay, fair enough. So you learn not to pose. Okay.
Not to pose, more like don't be such a big people pleaser.
Okay. Don't be a man pleaser, be a God pleaser. Got it. Okay. Go on. What's your question for the old man?
If you could sit down and have a meal with anyone, alive or dead, who would it be?
Only one, right?
Yes.
Well, I know the cop-out or the Bible answer is, God or Jesus, but...
You could have dinner with Jesus today. You just gotta pray, dude.
All right. No, but what I'm getting at is, that's like the...
Yes, or people would be like, Paul or Moses.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but at least in theory, I'm going to know who those people are when I get to heaven, and I'll have plenty of time to chat with them. So
does that mean that whoever you're about to say, you're saying they won't make it to heaven?
Let's just say it's uncertain.
Okay.
Okay. So I guess my first choice would probably be Nikola Tesla. I mean,
I'm in shock, ladies and gentlemen. I thought for sure he was gonna say somebody else.
I mean, I'm sure I probably have like a top 5, but I mean, obviously a good one would be like Thomas Jefferson, because I don't know,
my guess would have been Ron Paul.
Well, I can drive down to South Texas and
okay, but you can't casually eat with him solo. He's a busy guy.
Well, he is far more important than I am, that's for
Yeah.
sure. So, if anybody out there knows Ron Paul, I'd sure like to have
He's
lunch
his
with
biggest fan. He kept his sign in the window of his Jeep for like 5 years after he ran.
Yes. I
So, he's a big fan, folks.
do. Yeah. I think Mom says I'm a fanboy, but yeah. That being said, so yeah, and I guess if you're gonna go with living or dead, that he'd be the number one, or certainly in the top 3 for living people, and then I don't know, top 3 dead people that I'm not absolutely certain I'd see in heaven. Probably Tesla or Jefferson. I don't know who the third one would be. So yeah, I mean I don't know. I guess it depends on what day it is as to who I would pick. Okay. My question number 2. If you could live anywhere in the world with no restriction to money, and you had no, let's call them entanglements at home. In other words, family's not a concern, boyfriend's not a concern. It's just, I can go live anywhere in the world that I want for however long I want. Where would that place be?
Texas, baby.
You're already in the promised land.
Hey, hashtag Text It Tuesday.
Oh, my daughter. Okay. Well, it is Tuesday, so I guess,
know.
I mean, the show's
This will be
coming out.
posted on Wednesday,
Well,
though,
yeah,
right?
the show's going to come out on Wednesday. But yes. So, seriously?
I mean, I love Texas. This sounds so lame to every single person that knows me, but all my friends are like, I want to go to Australia. I want to go to London. I'm like, I've been to what, like 6 of the 50 states? Like, let me travel the U.S. Honestly, I want to go to Charleston. I want to go to Mackinac. But I'm like, do I really want to live on the beach? I'm scared of the ocean, so probably not. And I always said Wisconsin as a kid, but I'm like, I could only sit in the fields with cheese for so long before I'd get bored. So probably Texas. I don't know. I don't know where in Texas, but
So you
I
don't
do
care
love
as
Texas.
long as it's in Texas?
Okay, no. I don't want to be living in like El Paso, but I don't know.
What do you got against El Paso?
I don't know. I just hear
mean, just
people
'cause-
hate on it a lot, so I just assumed it wasn't that great.
The town is essentially run by Democrats and drug lords, so I mean, there is that.
That's awkward.
No, but so, okay, there you go, folks. My anchor baby doesn't want to leave.
Bruh. Oh my gosh. I would travel places, but I think
Well, that's what I
would
said. You
want to
can go
live.
anywhere you want and
You
live.
said live.
Well, you live for as long as you want.
Texas.
Okay. It's pretty simple. I mean, it's hard to go wrong. I mean, there's a lot of different places you could go in Texas and experience a whole lot of different things.
Yeah, that's the thing. Texas is so big. There's so much variety. Like, some states you go there, it's like the same in majority of the cities, I feel like. But in Texas, it's like you can go to Houston and then go to Dallas. So it's two completely different experiences.
Yeah. So, like, I'm a big fan of the Caribbean. And fortunately, Texas has a shore on the Caribbean. Mm-hmm. So at some point, either through an act of God, I have more money than brains, or I just have some sweet deal. I'd love to go spend time out on the Caribbean, but yeah, you're right. I mean, for me, I always want to go to Idaho or the
eat
mountains.
Some potatoes.
Well, there's more things in Idaho. But I mean, we've been to Colorado, and that's pretty close.
See, my cop-out answer usually is Colorado, but like thinking about their politics and everything going on there, I'm like, I don't want to live there.
Well, that's why Idaho's better. I mean, or Wyoming. I mean, you still get the mountains.
Yeah.
And you just got less lefties.
Okay, I heard my friend recently went to see Old Faithful.
Okay, in
apparently it smells really bad. Is this like a known thing? I never knew that.
It's like probably from the sulfur.
Oh, anyway. We've still never been there. I think it would be cool to go there, but
Well, now that you're going to get a full-time gig and you get vacation, we could maybe align our vacations and go next year.
It's going to take a while for me to earn that vacation.
Well, we could go maybe next year. I mean, All right. So, what is your next question for me?
What's the best or your favorite book that you've read in the last year? He reads a lot, guys, so this is a hard question, but I was curious.
The best book? Are we looking for fiction or nonfiction, or doesn't matter?
Well, I guess, what would you recommend to the audience?
Okay, recommend.
Yeah. Like, what did you enjoy the most?
If we go with fiction, I would probably go with the Blue Dawn series. Bill Pardone, I think, is the author. Boy, I'm sorry. I met the guy down at the Republican convention. You'd think I could remember that. But the Blue Dawn series, very, very good. There's 5 books currently in the season or in the series. Entirely plausible scenario, and it's named that way because it's Red Dawn without the outside invaders. In other words, we get taken over from within. The blue side wins.
Which Red Dawn is one of his favorite all-time movies.
Yes, I know. They all know.
It's his Christmas movie, so everybody else watches Die Hard and Dad watches Red Dawn.
Why you gotta hate on me, man?
Well, you were hating on me for saying to be yourself, so.
Well, I was expecting something a little more than that, but.
What do you want me to say? That's 4 years of my life. It's hard to just rough it up in a ribbon.
Ooh. So the book is actually Blaine Pardoe, and it's the Blue Dawn series, and it can be found on Amazon. Highly recommended. As far as nonfiction, and I've read probably about 5 to 10 nonfiction books so far this year. I would say probably the Boniface Option by Andrew Iskar. And I actually reviewed it on the show. It's obviously kind of a rebuttal to the Benedict Option and a follow-up to Christian nationalism of sorts. But I really enjoyed it. I thought it was well thought out, and it's short and easily digestible, and I think that it would benefit anybody to read it. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
Okay, so now it's third question?
Yeah, for me.
Okay. So I know that maybe this would have never been a question I could pull off 4 or 5 years ago, but now that you're seriously dating a comic book nerd, that's fair, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Not that that's a bad thing, because I mean I like my Marvel movies too, but before they went crazy, but nevertheless, so if you could have a superpower, what would it be?
I've thought long and hard about this.
Why does that not surprise you?
Honestly, I think it would be teleportation. Because I'm an impatient person, and if I could
I've driven with you. I know that's true.
If I could get to Charleston in the snap of my fingers, especially, you just said I'm in a long-distance relationship, I'm sick of driving 4 hours every time I want to see him. If I could just be there in a second, that'd be great.
Well, to be fair, he does most of the driving.
That is true. He drives here a lot. Shout out to him. Anyway, I would say teleportation because, like, I wouldn't have to drive to work. I don't know. I like driving, but the more and more I do it, I'm like, I don't want to do it anymore. So
we're going to stick with teleportation.
Yeah.
Okay.
And because people say flying, but I'm like, how long does it take to fly from one place to another? If you teleport there, that cuts out even the need for flying because you can just get anywhere whenever you want.
Yeah.
So.
And just to be clear, does that teleportation only include you and things that you're touching, or would it include other things that, like, you could make that, I don't know, the dog teleport somewhere?
Well, obviously he's coming with me. So
but then you'd hold him, so you'd be touching him.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
And I don't know, because people always say, like, invisibility. I'm like, people are saying stuff behind your back. You really want to hear that? No, you don't. They're saying it for a reason when you're not there.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you would cause yourself more problems with that than you would be helping yourself.
So that's an interesting side, because I kind of have a policy that I won't say something about somebody that I wouldn't say to them.
Yeah, well, 90% of the world doesn't live by that, so you don't want to hear it.
Well, I mean, true. I wonder if that's...
I mean, that's a great policy to live by, and I also try to live by that policy, but I don't think people are living by that.
No. I
And I hope I haven't done anything to make people say something bad about me, but I mean, you really don't know, guys.
If you don't have haters, you ain't doing anything.
That's a quote. If you don't have haters, you ain't doing anything.
Well, I wish I could take credit for it, but yeah, I mean, so
Okay.
I did tell somebody else I know that. I'm like, look, it's okay if a couple people don't like you or are upset with you, because that just means you're being effective or you're getting stuff done.
People were mad at Jesus and they did not like him. So
True.
And he was doing everything right. So
True.
there you go.
Okay, so what's my third question?
What's the biggest lesson you've learned from being a dad? Specifically a girl dad, specifically my dad.
Well, I don't know that I have any great philosophical answer here, but I will say that being a girl dad, I did benefit from the fact that my mother put me into macrame classes because I could make a mean braided ponytail.
Woo!
I did know how to sew, which I don't know that I really taught you or your sister how to do it, but there were many times I was putting patches on for Girl Scouts or Awana or whatever. So I guess it made me appreciative of the things that my mother made me learn, even though I would have rather not learned them in the first place. And it's not because they're girl skills or not, it's just they're important life skills. And I mean, your mom...
I also think like that bonds you with your daughter. Like the fact that you used to brush my hair every night and put it in a braid, like that's time you're spending with your daughter. And I feel like if you just write off all that stuff as stuff for mom to do, then as a dad it kind of makes you more separate from...
That's fair. I'll
like
take
personal
that.
time with her.
I'll
I don't
take
know.
that as a compliment. Thank you.
Yeah. Like who did I go to when my stuffed animal got a hole in it? Dad. Who did I go when I had a school project? Dad.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's a whole nother story. Dad in the obsessive school project situation, yes.
We had to make George Washington's head out of a paper bag. That was fun.
That was a little over top.
But mine looked the best in the whole class, so shout out to Dad.
Well, when you got a... No, we're just going to leave that one alone. That was 16 years ago. There's no reason to rehash that again. Okay.
Wow, that's a long time ago.
Yeah, well, I'm getting old. And you're not exactly a kid anymore.
Yeah,
How
but
old
you're
are you
getting
again?
old.
How old are you again?
22.
22. And you're getting a job now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
You think that's funny?
Well, yeah, because, I finally get you off the payroll.
Ugh. Well.
I didn't want to raise you to be a deadbeat.
Oh my gosh. This is getting mean, y'all.
They should hear how you talk to me when we're not recording.
Oh my gosh.
Just kidding. Well, maybe not.
Okay.
Okay. So we decided that we would have a little fun for the next segment. Now, so we've done our little intro. We've done our 3 questions of each other. The next segment's going to be a Gen Z pop quiz for the old man, and see how this plays out. So I do not have any idea what I'm going to be asked, so I'll try not to make too much of a fool out of myself. And you're keeping these clean, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so this is, I know that I'm Gen Z, but this is Gen Alpha vocabulary quiz.
So, like, your youngest cousins?
Yeah, so like kids that are in high school right now, these are the words they're saying.
Okay.
And if I had to learn them, you do too.
But you already know them by default.
No.
Oh.
I heard some of these you're going to be like, that's not real. And I'm going to be, I'm sorry, it is.
Okay. All right.
And some of these are things people my age say.
Okay.
But some of them are weird. Okay.
So Slay is outdated now, right?
Slay is apparently outdated, but I still say it all the time.
Did somebody tell Bucky that?
Probably not, because they have their huge sign that just says Slay with like 5 Ys. Which, who's doing their marketing? Because I could do that. I could write Slay in yellow letters on a black sign with the Bucky picture in the corner.
I don't know, but we've commented on that in political circles, that they have an awesome communication team as far as targeting millennials.
I know, they're so funny though. They're like in my clean bathroom era, and like it's just so funny. It makes me want to go there even more. Yeah,
they're primo marketers. Okay, so word or phrase number 1.
Okay, aura. What do you think that means? Like if somebody was like, "Ooh, that's negative aura."
Would that be interchangeable with vibe?
It's more like how cool you are.
So it is kind of.
So it's like if you showed up looking ugly and smelling bad, people would be like, he has negative aura.
So that is.
It's kind of like a bad vibe, I guess.
It's a simile to vibe, which is just kind of a perception of you.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Okay, so do I get credit? Half credit?
Sure.
Okay, I'll take half credit because that was kind of weak. Okay, go on.
Next is sigma.
Sigma. Okay, so are we talking about this under the social or socio-sexual hierarchy sigma?
What?
Oh, so the phrase or term sigma is typically associated with a guy that is confident enough to kind of do his own thing and could lead but doesn't bother and does his own thing. Almost like a lone.
It doesn't mean that.
Lone wolf. So what does it mean in alpha
Apparently
speak?
It means like something's like cool. You're like, oh, that's sigma.
That's very odd.
I know. I don't know.
Okay, but I could see where that would happen. But yeah, I don't think. Well, so like in a male sigma, it is not concerned about being perceived as cool, but a lot of people tend to think of them as cool. It's weird.
Well, people always think the coolest people are the people that don't care about being cool because they're cool for not caring.
Yeah, I think a lot of that's Hollywood. But go on.
Okay.
What I mean is just somebody's putting on a show. Go on.
What does it mean? Okay. What does it mean?
Is this the third one now?
Yeah, this is number 3.
Okay.
Like that ate.
ATE?
Yeah.
That ate. I would imagine that's a simile for that bites, which means it's not a good thing.
No.
Okay.
It's like, that's, like, 8 is, like, low-key the new term instead of, like, slay. Like, if something's, like, really good, you'd be like, oh, that ate. Like, if somebody did a dance and you thought it was really good, you'd be like, she ate that.
So, like, they consumed it, and, wow, that's...
So, like, if a girl's in a cute outfit, you'd be like, she ate the fit today.
Okay.
Okay, why
do I keep thinking that's what is that? Was it fetch?
Fetch?
Isn't that from the Mean Girls movie?
Yeah.
Where she just keeps trying to sell the idea of it's fetch.
Oh my gosh, Karen, stop trying to make fetch happen. It's not going to happen.
So I'm not wrong here.
Yeah, that's from the movie.
Okay, but that's what that sounds like to me.
Yeah, when she's like, that's so fetch.
Yeah. So
Kind
that's
of,
what
I
8
guess.
sounds like. But go
Okay.
on, next.
What do you think mewing is?
Mewing? I would... Only thing I think is like swooning or, really like something or, yeah, I would go with it. It's probably replace swooning or, like you would say obsessed. Am I close?
In the words of the Grinch, wrong-o.
Oh boy. All right. So lay it on me.
Apparently, I still don't fully understand. It's something the kids are doing where they like take their finger and like line their cheekbones and they're mewing. I don't really know. But it's bizarre.
What's the purpose of mewing then?
I guess like to look cool, but it looks dumb, so I don't really know.
So they put lines on their face?
No, like they're just like taking their finger and like, yeah, like that was a mew.
I'm sorry for that.
It's stupid.
There's a word that begins with R that is no longer allowed to be said.
Dad, you better cut that out.
That's what it reminds me of.
Anyways,
or like an L put against your chest for loser. That's what that.
The next word is Riz.
Riz?
Yes. You could be called the Rizzler. You're called the Wizard of Oz.
What?
But what? Riz is the base term we're focusing on here.
All I can comes to mind is the guy from Saturday Night Live that throws a bunch of names out. I can't think of his name. But no, I have no idea.
Okay, Riz is short for charisma. And so, like if a guy is talking to a girl and like she, he like gets her, they start dating, whatever, then you'd be like, he rizzed her up. He's the Rizzler.
Okay.
Okay.
I gotta say, never heard of such a goofy thing in the world. But okay.
The next
but
one,
at least it makes sense. You got charisma, Riz.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next one is easy. What does mid mean?
Oh, that's like just like okay.
Yeah, you're like, it's mid.
There you go, mid. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny. I used that term the other day, and it was to a Gen Z person, and they looked at me, and I said, "What? Did I get it wrong?" They're like, "No, that was all right, or you used it right." I said, "Okay, good." And then they're like, "Where'd you hear that from?" I said, "Well, I got a daughter. It's like 22. Well, no, it's kind of." And I said, "Well, I also have nieces that are in high school." Okay, so yeah, you pulled that off.
That's funny. Okay, this is the last one, and I cannot tell you the meaning. So this is something you have no idea for either, or you just can't say it on the show. It's just like, what does this mean? What is the purpose? What is the point? I don't know.
So we could look it up on the alternate dictionary, right?
I don't know that we want to. I mean, it's not inappropriate, but I'm like, it might confuse us more.
But the Urban Dictionary is very helpful.
We should have looked up all of them on Urban Dictionary.
No, I think this one. So tell me the word.
Okay.
And let's see how bad I butcher it, and then we'll look it up on Urban Dictionary.
Skibbity toilet riz.
Well, I'm going to say bad charisma, but I no idea. So ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do this live. Go to Urban Dictionary and find out what skippity toilet riz means.
You know what my favorite thing to do is on Urban Dictionary? Is look up your name.
Okay, well,
it's
first
so
let's look up skippity whatever toilet riz. I mean, this is highly irregular. You're not there yet?
What? It says, sorry we couldn't find skibbity toilet riz? Okay, I found skibbity toilet, though.
What does it say?
Oh.
What?
Okay. Thy ye old toilet, which ye who uses gains aura in the rank of thy skibbity.
So it's poo?
It says poop emoji, toilet emoji, bald emoji, skibbity toilet. I don't know.
Okay.
I told you it would confuse us more, but you didn't believe me.
Well, I'm not really sure why anybody would think of something like that. I mean, that's very odd.
Yep.
Very odd. So
That's the kids these days.
So the old man looks like I got half. Was there 6 or 7?
I think you got like 2 of them right. So
Well, I got a half.
there's 7. You got like 2.5.
I got or a half right. Or I was on the right track. And then I got 2 of them right beyond there, right?
I'd say you got a solid 32% correct.
So I got an F.
Yeah.
I'm a loser.
Whatever, major loser.
Yeah, so, all right. And the sad thing is you were sure one of them. And so, but this was Gen Alpha, not a Gen Z thing, right?
Yeah. Gen Z is like slay.
Yeah, okay.
Lit. Like you already know those because I say them.
Yeah,
so.
that's true. All right. So we finished the pop quiz. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now comes the best part. My daughter is going to elaborate on why Trump.
Dad.
Well, so I'm going to start this because we were in Branson and we went to one of the many Trump stores in Branson.
Y'all, they have like 5. It's crazy.
Well, why wouldn't people love the Trump store?
I mean, it's iconic. Let's go to all of them.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I mean, who knew there was such a market for 5 in the same city within 10 minutes of each other?
Well, there's a lot of people coming through there. It's a tourist town. So, tell everybody about the shirt you got.
The shirt I got is so cute. I love it. It is a shirt that has Trump with a pink tie standing in front of the White House with his arms wide open, and it says "Daddy's home" in big pink letters. That's the goal for the election, folks. We got to bring Daddy home.
And why do you want Daddy home?
Because I love him. I'm just kidding.
I'm sure your boyfriend likes to hear that. So,
no, okay. No. I know people have their things they say about Trump. His Twitter is a little bit questionable. But, whose isn't?
People are you saying it's mid or it's iffy?
People are canceling people for their Twitters like every 5 minutes. So
they're lame.
So if you take that out, okay, you take out his Twitter, like, why are you mad? All I know is he's done good things for the country.
Okay.
And I don't know. I'm just like, let's bring him home. Okay. I think.
So
I mean, obviously, right? I mean, guys, obviously, what's the right choice? Like, it's not that hard. But I'm just saying, my personal opinion is we have to bring Daddy home. I always say when I pass the gas station and the price has gone up by 30 cents in a day, y'all. 30 cents in a day. I wanted to cry. And I was like, we got to bring Daddy home. Just the little things in life. I know he'll fix them.
Yeah, so in Collin County, we are focusing on the notion of make groceries affordable again. What do you think about that?
Yes, I agree. Why, if I buy 5 groceries at Walmart, does it cost me $30? That should cost me $15 or less, in my opinion.
Yes. Well, without going down an economics lesson, that is mostly due to inflation. And despite that, people still have a difficulty grasping the notion that your dollar that used to buy you, 5 pounds of potatoes now buys you a single potato, right? So it's the value of the dollar that went down. The potatoes, in fact, did not get more expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Say it with some conviction. Yeah!
Yeah! Hopefully no one's listening with headphones. That took the, voice monitor thing to red.
Yeah, well,
Oops.
Okay. So, do you have any final thoughts? Anything you want to leave for the listeners out there? We've got a couple more minutes if you want.
I don't know. I mean, I think something we always talk about is young people need to get involved in local politics. And I think part of that is young people need to care. The number one thing I hear people say is it doesn't matter who I vote for. It doesn't affect anything. I've heard people complain about presidents all day long, but our life was fine, you know. And so I think my biggest thing is people need to just research and see why, like who they're voting for and why. Or be like, oh.
Just ask their dad.
Okay, hey. No, but I'm saying for real, like, I have been trying to research more and know more because I know who I'm voting for based off of, like, simple facts. Like, I will vote for Trump because he is pro-life. That's important to me. But you can't vote for someone. Well, I know there's, like, people have issues with voting for someone based off of one issue, one policy or whatever. So I think you need to be well-rounded in your education. So that's something I'm trying to do is, like, go out and learn more than just, like, the basic information. And so that last question, like, why Trump? Like, I could tell you my, like, main key values, but do I know, like, everything? No. And I feel like I should.
Okay. So in this instance, it's you want somebody that doesn't see you as hostile. Would that be a fair way of looking at it? I mean, like, say you don't agree with Trump on everything, or maybe Trump isn't, you know, everything to you, but when given your choice, you're like, Trump's so much better than the other person.
Yeah.
Because he's not hostile to you as, you know, Christian, conservative, however you wanted to label yourself, right?
Yeah.
Whereas the other team is openly hostile.
Yeah. I mean, I think it just comes down to, like, what I believe in and what I'm passionate about, and it's clear to me whose policies and belief systems aligns with that and whose doesn't. So that's, like, ultimately who I'm voting for. But I still have more to learn and research. But it's not going to change who I'm voting for. I just want to be knowledgeable.
So you want to be able to answer the question when it's asked, why?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I don't want to be like those people on TikTok that they're like, why are you voting for this person? And they're like, because I like them. Like, that's embarrassing, honestly.
So what are your thoughts on the shirts that say I'm with her?
I've personally never seen that shirt because I'm too focused on my daddy's home shirt. And if you ask someone with an I'm with her shirt what they thought of my daddy's home shirt, I'd probably be dead. So,
canceled?
Yeah. So, you know, I think that's a loaded question, but...
Well, that's what I do.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't know. I don't want to get into that conversation.
Okay.
Because I'm scared.
Don't be scared.
People get mad.
People get mad about all sorts of things all the time. I mean, I swear I spend 40% of my time with the Collin GOP dealing with people that are on my team being angry about something or another. So, I mean, it's just the nature of the world we live in. Don't be scared. All right. So, what do you think? Did you enjoy this?
Yeah, it was fun. I'm a little bit scared. I don't remember everything I said, so
well,
hopefully people don't leave this canceling me.
Yeah, well, if you're always saying the truth as you understand it, it doesn't really matter. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap this up. This has been another episode of According to
Calluses.
Yes, and perhaps at some point in the future, my daughter will join in for yet another episode. Until then, I will see you on the other side. Just in case you're wondering, this was episode 684. It is coming out on August the 28th, 2024.
And remember to vote red and bring daddy home.
and go ahead and purchase a t-shirt from my sponsor. Have a great day.
For all your Texas fashion tees, it's TexianPride.com. Whether you're out honky-tonkin' in Austin, bucking Broncos in Fort Worth, or strolling the San Antonio Riverwalk, Texian Pride is here for you. Support a Texan-owned business and show off your love for Texas with style. Visit TexianPride.com for your next fashionable Texas tea.